Beautiful human beings, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Soul Speaks with Spack. Today's episode is all about goal setting. Given we're at the end of 2023, we're going into 2024. Today I'm going to be sharing 5 mistakes that you are probably making when it comes to setting goals that are blocking you from creating the life of your dreams. And at the end of this episode, I'm going to share a simple 4-step framework that you can use to start setting real goals and bringing them to life. So, without further ado, let's dive in. The first mistake that you are probably making when it comes to setting goals is a lack of clarity. You don't really know what you actually want. You have an idea of what you want, but you've got so many different things that you want to achieve that you're kind of dabbling in all of them without really going all in on one or two things. And therefore, you're never actually bringing any goals to life. And what does this do? This creates a story, a narrative in your mind that you never achieve what you set out to do, or that you're just not good at setting goals, or that you're just not consistent enough. Whatever the story is, the limiting story that isn't really true, this is being created because you haven't chosen to go fully in on one or two things. So the first mistake is that you're not clear because you're trying to do everything. And because of this, you're putting your foot on the gas and the brake at the same time, and you're spinning your wheels and going absolutely nowhere. So the first thing to get very clear on, get this dialed in. What is it? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to create? What do you want to attract into your life? What is it that you want to bring to life? What is that thing? And is it a really shallow goal? I want to make 10K a month. Or is it something that truly means something to you? Is it something that you can measure? Is it something that excites you? Or is it a goal that you've heard from someone else? Someone else's generic lame-ass goal? Like, what do you actually want to achieve? What do you want to create? What do you want to attract into your life? Get clear on that. And then get clear on who you have to be to call that in, who you have to become to start creating that in your life, in this external world. When you get clear on the what and the who and the why, this is far more powerful than wasting time on the how. When you're clear on what you want, when you're clear on who you have to become to get what you want, when you're clear on why you want that purpose, that meaning, that drive behind it, this is when you become freaking unstoppable. There's nothing that can stand in your way. But when you're focused on all of these different things, how do I get over there? How do I get what that person's got? How can I be better? These really generic, surface level kind of goals and ideas, you're never really going to get anywhere. So that is why it is so important to get clear on what, who, and why, and forget about the how, because when you're clear on that what, why, and who, the how will be revealed to you. There's no way that you can freaking fail, because you're going to be showing up as that version of yourself. And because you're showing up as that version of yourself, you are doing the uncomfortable things. You are leaning into the fear and the discomfort of the unknown. And maybe, depending on where you're at, that's going to the gym. That's dropping some weight. That is getting in shape. And because you're showing up as that person, you're going to the gym, you're going to the classes, you're building your body, you're learning more about yourself. The how is being revealed to you. You're figuring the how out as you go. And this is all because you are clear on your what, your why, and your who. So that's the first mistake and the first lesson. The second thing is that you're focusing on the wrong things. And I just touched on this. You're focused on how can you get to where you want to go. And you're literally just wasting your energy stuck up in your mind thinking about how to get to where you want to go. This is not bad or wrong, but it's simply a waste of your energy. Again, a better use of your energy is to get clear on what is it actually that you want. What do you actually want to achieve? Why do you want to achieve it? Who do you have to become? What needs to change within for you to start creating and attracting whatever it is that you want in this external world? And this right here is another key piece. You need to be very mindful and intentional with your thoughts, with your words, and with your actions, because you are a magnificent creative being, okay? I have so many people reaching out to me saying, there's no good men out there, there's no good women out there. And my response is, well, if you believe that is true, then sure, that's what you're going to continue to experience. But this is why we need to tap into our creative potential, because I truly believe wholeheartedly, I'm a living testament of this, that we are creating with our words, with our thoughts, with our actions. We are co-creating with God, with universe, with source, spirit, the divine, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Allah, whatever you want to call it. We are in this relationship. We are co-creating, and whatever we hold within our mind, whatever we believe to be true, will be reflected in this external world. So if we are walking around with these limiting thought patterns like there are no good men or good women out there, I'm not attractive, no one likes me, it is so hard to make money, then guess what? God's spirit source, the universe, is going to reflect that back to us because we are creating our reality through our thoughts, through our words, through our actions. So this is why it is so important to become conscious and aware of the recurring thoughts, the recurring words, the recurring actions that you are taking on a daily basis. Because if you're not where you want to be, you're the only one that can change that, okay? So it is time to start making that inner shift, and then you'll notice that your outer world shifts as a result. So mistake number 2 is focusing on the wrong things, wasting your valuable time and energy on things that don't even really matter. Mistake number 3, and I've already touched on this one slightly as well, is having so many goals, very surface level goals. I want to be healthier. I want to be happier. I want more money. I want a relationship. These really surface level things, and many of them as well. And because of this, 1, they're not measurable. 2, they're not meaningful. 3, they're not really purposeful. Like you don't have that drive, that oomph behind it. And because there's so many little things, you're never actually bringing anything to life. This is why I encourage for all of my clients, let's focus on 1 to 2 things for 6 to 12 months. Let's go all in on those things and bring them to life. And this is not to say that just because you go all in on 1 or 2 things, that you can't pivot later on. In fact, say 6 months in, something just feels really forced. It feels like it's no longer in alignment. Then this is a great opportunity to really pull back and observe and see if there's an alternative path. But if you're just kind of dabbling in a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and maybe I want some of this and that, but never really going anywhere, never really bringing anything to life, then this is a really good indication that you need to choose 1 or 2 things and go all in on those. So typically, if you find it really challenging to bring something to life, it's probably because it is someone else's goal, or you think that doing that will make someone else proud, and you don't really want it. You don't really have that drive behind it. And this is why it is really important to become clear, all right? A good place to start, say for example, if you're out of shape, is to dial in your health. When you start to dial in your physical health through eating better, through moving more, through spending more time in nature, this is when your creativity starts to flow. And once you start to dial in your health and you have your energy more on point, then you can look at building a business or finding a job that's more fulfilling. Like your health is the most important pillar. So if you're not really sure where to start, then that is probably the best place to begin. Mistake number 4 is an inability to measure your progress. Okay, so progress doesn't always have to be what's on the scale or the amount of reps and sets you're able to complete with a certain weight, right? Your measure of progress can be how you feel physiologically. Like I think that is honestly more powerful. Like how do you want to feel once you've achieved this certain goal? How can you measure your state of progress through the way that you feel? So the scale may say that you've dropped 10 kilos, but internally you still feel like shit. And this could potentially be because you've gone about it in an unhealthy way. So this is why I believe when it comes to setting goals, really feeling into how do I want to feel once I've achieved this particular goal? How do I want my life to feel? Asking these deeper, more meaningful questions, less focused on the metric of, I want to lose 10 kilos. I want to make 10K a month. Like, how do you want your life to feel? I believe that can be a far more powerful metric. So again, to recap, mistake number 4 is not having an accurate and measurable way to track your progress. Mistake number 5, and this is probably the most common one, is having a lack of support and accountability. Having someone in your corner that sees more in you than you see in yourself. Having someone in your corner that believes in you, having someone in your corner to support you every step of the way is incredibly powerful. This has been the most powerful thing on my journey, is having mentors, having people that can really support me and see the best in me. It is so freaking powerful. There are no words that can describe how powerful that is. So if you feel like I'm doing everything, I'm clear on the what, I'm clear on the who and the why, and I'm doing everything that I can to bring my goals to life, but nothing seems to be coming through. Still a struggle. I'm lacking that support and that accountability. then I invite you to schedule in a free call with either myself or someone from my team. The link will be in the show notes. The link will be in the description. The link is also on my website. And basically on this call, we'll just connect over about 15 minutes to see where you are at, to see what your goals are, and to see if we are the best team to be able to support you on your venture. So if you feel like you want that extra support and that accountability, then feel free to schedule in your free connection call with either myself or my team. So as promised, I'm about to share with you a simple 4-step framework that you can start using to get clear on what your goals actually are and actually start achieving them and bringing them to life. Because what does this do? This builds your confidence. This builds the trust that you have within yourself. That builds the conviction that you have within yourself and the powerful freaking human being that you are. So step 1, and I've already touched on this, is to get clarity. What is it that you want to achieve? And then why do you want to achieve that? Why is that important to you? Why does that mean something to you? And the more dialed in you can get on this why piece, the more powerful and tangible and real this becomes. Because on those days, and there will be these days where you feel like not doing what you have set out to do, what you've committed to doing, this why piece is super important on those days. Well, I'm doing this to support my family. I'm doing this to give back to the world. I'm doing this because me being the healthiest version of myself ripples out into the world. And then, as I've already mentioned, getting clear on the who. Who do I have to be to start creating this life that I dream of? Who do I have to become? What characteristics do I have to embody on a daily basis to start attracting my dreams to me? That's step number 1, getting clear, the clarity piece. Now, step number 2 is clearing out the blockages, okay? Because there are blockages within all of us. And the blockages that I really support my clients with, there are 2 of them, are energetic blockages, physical blockages within the body. And this can come as a result of buried and repressed emotions. This can come as a result of trauma in the subconscious mind, in the body. This can come as a result of not having a practice that grounds you into your body, that allows you to move energy through your body, because we are energetic beings. Our body is this energetic channel. And if it is clogged up, if we are not able to move energy freely through our body, if we're not able to flow with life, then we're not going to be creative, then we're going to be reactive, then we're going to be very triggered by our external environment. So this is why it is so important to address these physical energetic blockages. And the practice that I absolutely love, the practice that I teach, is breath work. This is just a simple practice that we can all tap into. The breath is free. We all have access to it. And the breath is the bridge between our mind, our psyche, our conscious mind, and our body, our soma, our subconscious mind, where the trauma, where the wisdom, where the intelligence is stored. And so whenever we are setting out to achieve something in life, it is important to be able to clear our channel. It is important to be able to show up fully in the world, to have the energy to be able to pour into our dreams, our visions, and our goals. And if we don't have this energy available to us because it is blocked up within our body, it is stagnant, then our digestive system is not going to be flowing properly. Our mental clarity is going to be off. We're going to feel cluttered and clouded, and it's going to be a real freaking struggle to actually bring our dreams to life. And the second common blockage that I help my clients with are mental limitations. And we all have them. And depending on how we were raised, our parents, the school that we were in, some of us may have more limitations than others. And really, it comes back, like I said earlier in this episode, to our thoughts, our words, and our actions. For most of us, they're very limiting. They're very, very lack focused. So this is one of the questions that I invite you to start asking. When you're having a thought, when you're acting in a certain way, ask yourself, what is the energy behind this thought, behind this action? Because all of our thoughts, all of our words, all of our actions carry an energetic code, an energetic signature. And that energetic code can be one of lack and limitation and scarcity and not enoughness and fear and greed, or it can be one of abundance and love and joy and creativity and excitement and drive and purpose and meaning. And we get to choose. We are the creators. So this is why it is so important to start monitoring your internal chatter, monitoring the thoughts, the words, and the actions that you are taking on a daily basis. Because as I mentioned earlier in this episode, you are the only one that is able to, you are the only one that gets to, what a gift that is, to make that freaking change. So again, coming back to the 4-step goal setting process, number 2 is to clear any blockages, any limiting beliefs, and they will continue to come up. This is why it is so important to become mindful and aware of how you are thinking, feeling, and acting every single day. All right, step number 3 in this goal setting process is to plan. Plan your days. Get clear on what you need to do to be the person that you are here to be, the person that is creating the life of your dreams, okay? I've seen some people that map out their day almost minute for minute. For me, I can't be that structured. And for me, I need to be more intuitive. You need to find what works for you, but at least the night before, get clear on 1 to 3 things that you can do, that you get to do the following day to be the person that you are here to be, to act in alignment with that version of you. 3 simple questions that you can ask. What is one thing that I can do today for my health? What is one thing that I can do today for my relationships? What is one thing I can do today for my business, for my purpose, for my career? 3 simple questions, 3 high leverage activities, practices that you can do for your health, for your relationship, for your purpose. Plan that out each day. Plan it out the night before. And then at the end of the week, have a review on a Sunday. What did I do really well this week? Where could I have done better? How am I going? Am I on track to achieving these goals that I'm set out to achieve? Plan, prepare, be ready, and be patient. Step number 4 in this goal setting process is to step into the discomfort and the fear of the unknown, because this is where you get to meet the depths of who you are. This is where you build the trust, the confidence. This is where the next step in your journey is revealed to you. So letting go of the how, being clear on the what, the why, and the who, and stepping in, okay? Following through with what you say you are going to do. This is where your power lies. This is where the challenging part is. But I guarantee when you step in, this is where you get to really understand yourself. This is where you get to build trust within yourself and your ability to make decisions. Because within every decision that you make, because there's going to be many decisions that you've got to make when it comes to bringing your goals to life, within each decision, there is a lesson and a blessing that is equipping you on your path to be the person that you are here to be. So this is the 4-step framework. These are the 5 mistakes that you're probably making when it comes to goal setting, but you're not anymore, because this episode is an absolute banger. If this has been helpful for you, I invite you to share it to your social media story. Let me know what you found helpful. Share it with a friend. This really helps, and I love to see how these episodes are supporting you. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Thank you for being here. Venture beyond limitation. Let's go.